Welcome back to the adventures of Prince Rkungtunch. That name is never going to get any easier to say. Last episode we went on a big old genocide campaign against the Skull people, and we're still on our big genocide campaign. We have Felsard and Herstang left to take out there. We've actually finished off the purge in Mosring, however it's depopulated. There's no one there at all, so we need to ship over for some Dwemer from the mainland. Obviously we're the last surviving Dwemer province, so I wonder what effect this will have, but you guys have basically said that via the right-click menu, and I'm wondering how much shit I'm missing out on by not right-clicking on just about everything. There is an option to resettle province. Apparently it does cost some gold, so we've got a little bit of, time before that's going to become relevant. But apparently we can spend some gold and sort of encourage the Dwemer people to head over here. But I'm kind of worried it might depopulate Alftand. I've no idea how this works, but we're not going to try it for a while anyway, because obviously, the debt. Oh, God, speaking of which. 7.7 gold to increase the prosperity of Mosring. I'm going to do it, because honestly, what's 7.7 gold when you can just debase the mints over and over and over? Plus, we need a little bit more time for Felsard and Herstang to depopulate anyway, or to wipe out the natives, I should say. A group of vicious highwaymen have been preying on the travellers in Herstang, so because we're in so much debt, we've got, bandits, we've got robber bands, we've got all those sort of typical CK2 in-debt events cropping up. We're going to go and fight some bandits here and wipe them out ourselves. I think we're going to be fine. I mean, this dude has literally fought, Deidre in the realm of Hermaeus Mora. I think, of all things... Oh, you'll face off with the bandit leader. 10% chance of getting the trait wounded. Your men storm the bandit camp and cut down the startled highwaymen in droves. Their leader proves to be a capable fighter, and two of your men have their skulls cleaved by his massive axe. Nice. Good work, team. We did become wounded, but it's a job well done. Your veterancy with leadership in combat and warfare has increased. 3% chance that will actually also increase our leadership trait there, so it's a more sort of direct involved version of martial. Good. Oh my god, we actually got it. Wait, 3% chance and we got that. I almost feel like the tooltip was probably wrong, because obviously it's like that unbelievable, but hey, that's pretty incredible, huh? A battle-hardened victor of many battles, this individual is known for his sound and effective tactics. Damage, well, both morale damage and regular damage there, so the troops are going to die and they're going to lose battles quicker. Irrespectively, that's pretty good. That's like actually a really good trait. We need to focus on getting this up to level 5, obviously, as quick as possible for the next step of this campaign. So, obviously, we're going to attack this from two fronts, right? Behind the scenes, we have our elite Dwemer society of the Tonal Architects. We don't have enough people in it for it to become relevant yet, but as we recruit more people, and obviously as the Dwemer people expand, the AI will automatically join the society, because that's how societies work, right? More people will join, but obviously we need more Dwemer provinces for that, seeing as we're the last one, they're very unlikely for anybody else to join. So we need to get these repopulated, but we need to build ourselves an actual Dwemer kingdom that isn't, because Solstheim, it's not exactly a big gain, is it? It's not like the jewel that we've been waiting for, it's just a crappy little cold island off the coast of Skyrim, off the coast of Morrowind. I think we need to get a bit more ambitious with things. I'm thinking we go to war with the Dwemer's greatest enemy, or at least, the reason that their people disappeared in the first place. The culture that they've constantly clashed with. I'm thinking we head down into Morrowind. More specifically, I think we should conquer and convert Vvardenfell into our own, into our own little kingdom, like Dwemer Kingdom. The Dark Elves can keep the mainland. Who gives a shit about mainland Morrowind? I think we want to grab Vvardenfell. Obviously, Vvardenfell is the setting of the game Morrowind as well, so it's the one I'm most familiar with. I don't really know much about the Morrowind mainland at all, but I think Solstheim and Vvardenfell as the Dwemer capitals of the world, and sort of take back what they stole from us, kick out the Tribunal Temple. You've got to remember, the Tribunal Temple have some of the tools of Kagrenak as well, or at least they did. They may have lost them at this stage. Oh my god, that's a cool ring. Ring of Arcana. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. More to the point, Sunder and Keening are still within Morrowind. So not only do we have, a good backstory for attacking them, in the sense that they were at war previously, but, I think forming a Dwemer Kingdom will be good, and they've also got tools. So there's many, many reasons for actually attacking into Morrowind. Plus, I've actually never played in Morrowind before. There's a lot of events associated with it, like the Rise of the Sixth House. You get all sorts of Dwemery events around Morrowind as well. So I think this is a pretty good idea. We might leave Skyrim and come back to that later on, but Morrowind is definitely going to be my focus, I think, for this campaign. Plus, we're right on their doorstep. Building up our forces, we could head down. Oh god, what is this? While walking through the corridors of your hall, a low noise grabs your attention. Quiet at first, but progressively increases in volume. Somebody is calling your name, but it's no courtier you recognize. You make your way towards the castle doors. Before long in your courtyard stands an increasingly large crowd of people. Men, women, and children bloodied and butchered, bearing all manners of mutilation. What the hell is this? Rkungtunch You have been judged. We are your reckoning, they cry. The sky turns crimson and the world begins to splinter apart. You shoot up, a cold sweat dripping down your face. It would seem you were dreaming. Oh. Well, I thought that was like some really creepy, like, Daedra event there. Maybe all, like, these people that we've massacred. They're coming for me, I'm sure of it. We get in the trait Paranoid. Honestly, that's a fairly good trait to have. I quite like getting Paranoid. And there's a 50% chance of us being stressed, but obviously we're immune to that. Anyway, weird. That was a weird little event. Alright, so I've casted Bountiful Prosperity to increase our taxes by 15%. Man, that plus the Thieves Guild is pretty nuts, huh? Man, I'm missing the Thieves Guild already. Just being able to steal all that stuff. Like, you make an absurd amount of gold. Like, you kind of expect to make a little bit extra, or, like, obviously a lot more because you're part of the Thieves Guild, but the 15% tax increase when you're the highest level, plus the ability to steal and sell artifacts very, very easily as well, is pretty nuts. The other one we want to do is, so we did Bountiful Prosperity, where is it? We want to do Transmute as well, which obviously gives us the flat income, but we have 30 mana, and that's apparently not enough for the largest version of the spell. 820, well, that's a weird amount. Okay, fine, so we'll save up like 35, 40 mana, and we'll try it again in a second. You've come to the conclusion that perhaps you quite enjoy the suffering you inflict upon others. The burnt corpses and the homes your armies leave behind them are monuments to achievements of your indomitable will. Well, this is exactly what I was expecting. And serve as a statement. All those who oppose you will share such a fate. You smile, content with this knowledge. Get the trait Cruel. Or not, actually. Oh, there it is, finally. You've turned up. So, I mean, it does kind of suit our character, though, doesn't it? I mean, they're completely on the verge of extinction. Even more now than ever, right? Obviously, we had those sort of 6 or 7 starting Dwemer provinces, all been wiped out besides Alftand. I think becoming Cruel might be a bonus. Oh my god, plus it's 10% morale damage. I actually didn't realise that. Diplomacy -1, Vassal Opinion -5. We've got no vassals, so why do we care about that? Diplomacy -1. Our diplomacy is really, really, really lacking at this stage. Journeyman Sorcerer -1, Greedy -1, Deceitful -2, Wrath, Paranoid, Cruel. But, you know, I mean, the morale damage is pretty significant when we've got so few numbers anyway. Excellent news, people. The massacre of the locals has been complete. Thank God for that. Well, that is... Oh, we are done. Hang on. Well, that's it then. We've completely wiped out the Skull people. They're gone. Every last one of them. There may be a few kicking around in the character finder, but that is most likely going to be the end of their culture now. If we type in Skull, will that actually bring it up? Oh, it's probably just going to bring up people with Skull artifacts. Atmore and Dragon Nord. Yeah, no, I think that is going to be the end of them. There might be a few courtiers kicking around here and there. Some have probably fled to, like, Atmora, to Skyrim, whatever. But that's it. We've officially wiped out a culture. You know, all in a day's work. Apparently, we also gained ourselves a Vvardenfell Snapper, which is a mount, like a great big lizard from, look at that. Combat in the Ashlands plus 20%. Oh. I mean, that's pretty good, considering that Morrowind, obviously, the area we want to grab, Vvardenfell, is Ashland. You know, it's in a volcano. Where specifically? So, yeah, any of the provinces that directly border the Red Mountain, by the looks of it, to some extent, are Ashland provinces. It's a fair amount of them as well. Goes all the way down to the Bitter Coast. So the Bitter Coast is, don't tell me, Balmora? Is it Balmora? Yeah, it is. There we are, Balmora, which is sort of the first city you go to outside of Seydanin. Seydanin itself is plains. What about Vivec? Vivec is also plains. So actually, the majority of Vvardenfell there is Ashlands. So I think that's a nice little bonus. If we don't still have this by the time we declare war, we need to absolutely try and get ourselves another one. What have we done? I feel like we've gone down a path here that might have been a bad choice. Your actions have shown your lack of patience for things taking their natural course. You, rather, are inclined to speed up the lengthy process, at sword point. No cost too great, no consequence too grave. If there is something in this world you desire, you have determined you will have it by any means necessary. Gain the trait, Ruthless. Martial, intrigue, we're losing more diplomacy, losing more learning, losing more general opinion. For what is essentially going to be a military ruler, you know, a guy who's determined to give his people, you know, their sort of owed land. I guess it's not too bad. The next logical, natural step to go would be to become a warlord as well. So, warlords are not respected at all. It's like quite a general opinion malice. But it allows you to basically declare war on anywhere and anyone. For the cost of, like, some prestige or something like that. But it's essentially, you know, free reign because you are just a warlord. Other people will try and stop you, obviously. But for us, that seems like the next logical thing to do. Maybe a warlord conquest of Vvardenfell would be kind of where things are heading here. So, killed enough time. 50... Lose a trait Paranoid. Oh, that's fine. Oh, nice. Look at this. 2 of the ruins. 1 in Alftand, 1 in Felsard. So this one will give us chance of getting... Wait, Felsard is going to give us dwarven stuff. Wait, really? Why? Felsard... Oh, it's got Dwemer ruins. Oh, I didn't realize that it had Dwemer ruins there. Okay, so 2 are Nordic ruins, 1 are Dwemer. So we've got 2 Dwemer ruins here, giving us some cool artifacts. That one gave us some gold. This one also gave us some gold. Well, that's pretty convenient, because I was just about to say it's now time to obviously import some locals. So let's go resettle province. Oh, fine, whatever. Let's go resettle province, see how much this is actually gonna cost us. Right, the province of Mosring, whether by our hand or another's, yeah, I mean, I have no idea what you could be talking about, is left bereft of a substantial population. We could wait for it to repopulate naturally, I assume via prosperity events, which is why I've been spending some money on that. Or we could spend some money to accelerate it. A major investment is the right decision. We're not told how much this will actually cost. A year's income. 84 gold. Oh, man, that's actually, like, really cheap. That's going to give us major repopulation, local tax modifier up by 60%, build cost, build time, down by a huge amount. Hang on, does that stack with our artifacts? If so, it's going to be so cheap to upgrade this place with this modifier. How long does it last? Just forever? Oh, it cancels out this one. Ah, that's why. Okay, I thought it replaced that, but no, that would... I was going to say, that's, like, ridiculously OP, but they've beat me to that. Okay, so we can actually maybe legitimately begin upgrading this place now. Unfortunately, a lot of it is prestige, because obviously it is just a tribal stronghold here. Court of Hercine considered the Mosring tribe a holy site. I'm sure it does. Right, so what do we need to actually make it feudal at this stage? We want to go upgrade to castle. We must have a great tribal stronghold, so that's going to be the equivalent of the Stonehill fort in the base game. Everything else is fine, and then we also need 500 gold. Oh my god. Sure, let's go for the... We'll start upgrading Mosring. We'll focus everything on Mosring and sort of go province to province, because I don't think we're going to have enough gold otherwise. God damn it. Okay, mismanaged excavation efforts and structural neglect under the guidance of our have resulted in damage to a section of ruins in Alftand. So our Dwemer ruins are falling apart, and unfortunately, obviously, we do need to keep this going because this is giving us, you know, tax. Apparently it gives us siege defense for some reason, but the technology points are the big thing there. Such things happen. We lose our advanced excavations, or we spend 50 gold, and there's a 50-50 chance whether or not we lose the, obviously the development. Okay. Do we know immediately? Advance. Okay, we're fine. That was good. Okay, that was good use of gold, I think. Nothing to worry about. Now, obviously, when we can, we need to also upgrade all of the ruins in Felsard, Mosering, and Herstang. All of these have more, you know, provinces to upgrade, or ruins to upgrade, I should say. And it's essentially just a random event. You know, it's a mean time to happen event, which means it will just happen randomly based on a few different factors, whether or not we get treasure and gold out of it. But obviously, the more provinces we've developed, the better. And the more developed they are, the more chance of that event firing, to my knowledge, is, I think, how it works. So, I think we need to get ourselves some gold. And one thing I've forgotten about, I have no idea how, is that basically every race, every culture in the Elder King's world is allowed to raid. So, for example, if we go to, you know, the Cyrodiilic Empire, which is basically supposed to be a sort of pseudo-Roman, just based on the names, empire here, these boys are allowed to raid. Don't know if it even says here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Like 6 from the bottom. Rulers can raid infidel neighbors for loot. Fleets can navigate major rivers. And this is everybody. I completely forgot that this was a feature. I thought maybe it was limited to, you know, like Atmorans, I don't know, Nords, Orcs, something like that. But no, it is everybody. So, why don't we get to work then, team? How could I forget, given the amount of time we debase the mints? The gods smile upon me, Imperial. Can you say the same? Or is it his ancestors? I don't remember. Who cares? While walking through the corridors of your hall... Oh, God, it's this one again. Rkungtunch, you have been judged. We are your reckoning. Yeah, whatever. We've got paranoid again. That's absolutely fine. So, we've got Dremora raised, which apparently reinforced at 1 soldier per month. I didn't even realize they reinforced. We've got Dremora raised from our summoning ritual. There's no reason not to constantly have them put to work. 'Cause if they die, we'll just summon some more, because by the time they die, chances are we can always just summon more anyway. You know, our mana will have recharged. So, where's a good place in... oh, man, we've also got a trade route here. Wait, there have always been this many trade routes. Oh my god, we've been able to build a trade post this entire time. Oh, you know what? We didn't have one in Alftand, because obviously, you know, the trade route didn't run through us, but that's actually quite useful to know. Okay, that will help out with our economy a fair amount, I think. Anyway, this will also allow us to get slaves. Now, the one thing I meant to check is, are we allowed... No, we're not allowed to do slavery, because we're an independent kingdom, and obviously the law that we passed was for the Duchy of, like, Winterhold or something like that. So now, let's pass it again. Let's go slavery outlawed. What do people think? Unsurprisingly, everybody's in favor of that. The Dwemer, obviously traditionally a slaver culture. They basically enslaved the Falmer, the snow elves, and converted them into horrible creatures. So why not do it again, huh? We have approved slavery. Sure, why the hell not? We're executing and genociding natives, and now we're going out on a slavery mission. Now, fingers crossed, and another good reason for doing this is that hopefully it will help raise our own, our own leadership stat, because our current goal is to become a great general, and we're a hardened, so 2 out of 5, not too bad. Hopefully, raiding will affect that. I just think it's any combat, isn't it? So we've got 2,800 men. Now let's take a look at some garrisons. So these boys, we could raid Great House Talvani there. What about the temple itself? Yeah, we can absolutely hit the Tribunal Temple. My only concern is, obviously, everybody will rush in to come and save them because it is the Tribunal Temple, but we can always give it a go. Alright, hello. We're here for your tools of Kagrenak, old man, and we won't take no for an answer. In fact, I don't think this dude even has any, does he? He's got some good items, though. Velothi Blade. Ring of Arcana would be very, very good. Just to sell any of these would be pretty ideal. Don't forget, we've also got our Charger, Vardenfell Snapper, or whatever the hell it's called, which is obviously bunched in Ashland. Now, this isn't Ashland, but if we do get attacked into any of the provinces, we could go and meet them before they get here. Oh, Arcanon Clevul? I have no idea how you say that. Is personally leading this unit. Why not try and take him prisoner? Where's he heading over to? Kind of cancel his current move, heading to Balfoen. Okay, so he's heading across the river. Let's just stay here. Honestly, this is lucrative enough. I think we're going to get plenty of gold out of this, obviously, because they've got all the other great houses as their tributary. I imagine he's making a fair amount of gold. Holy shit, he's got 3,700 gold. Oh, we're rich, boys. Man, that's one downside. So it's kind of a cool way they've used the tributary system here to sort of force everybody to be, like, not necessarily a vassal, but sort of I guess a tributary is the right word for it, of the Tribunal Temple. But the downside to that is they do have to pay the taxes and all that other base game crap. And because these boys are a theocracy, they're just going to sit on that gold, which is great news for us because I would quite like all of that gold for myself. It's been some time since our settlers first broke ground in Anvil, apparently, but, you know, Mosring, with the aim of rebuilding a flourishing populace, and today their efforts yielded fruit. Nice. Depopulated province removed from Mosring, but hang on, the other one was not removed? Surely it was. Yeah, okay, no, that was removed as well. We've still got a smuggler's ring, which obviously we'll just have to get rid of naturally over time by having positive balance in our treasury. What else we got? Depopulate province there. So why don't we start work on this one as well? Resettle province, might as well. Why don't we just go for all of them? To be honest, it's only 81 gold, and we've got the money for that. So why don't we just resettle everything? Depopulate province, so all the natives are gone. Major investment. Sure, get it done as soon as possible. The fall of the Escadian Isles. Here we go. The Tribunal Temple itself, the heart of Vivek. Oh my god. Out of nowhere. Oh, come on. Seriously? Just as it was about to fall, they raised 6,000 troops. That was obviously a last act of desperation. Well, it's fine though, guys. We got 4 gold out of it. My god. Okay, I think we try that again. I think we go for round 2 because they've got those troops raised. Apparently they're moving them around. Are they at war? They're at war with King Fondanus the Bulwark of the Nibonese Duke of War for Princess to claim on Bosika. Oh, someone's attacking... Oh my god, they're actually conquering Morrowind. The Cyrodiilic Empire have headed through the mountains here into Morrowind. That's very interesting. And obviously they're also attacking into Argonia as well. They seem quite an expansionist empire right now. Right, okay. So let's wait for those troops to move out to obviously go and fight Cyrodiil. When they're away, we can come back and obviously attack the Escadian Isles and try and get ourselves a little bit of cash. Alright. We could raise our own army levies, but we are going to just summon another Dwemer Horde. Dwemer Horde? That's not right. Another Dremora Horde. Where is that? Open Spellbook? There we are. Right, open Spellbook, summon Dremora. We've got enough for the greater version of the spell. Now, unfortunately, they've capped it so you can only summon an army once. You used to be able to summon them over and over and over, like I've said before, and that was a little bit OP, because you used to just be able to sit, raise an army, wait another few months, raise an army. They're non-maintenance, and they're reinforcing, apparently, so that's pretty OP. Just basically, you know, free retinues, essentially. So... let's also raise our own personal troops, and we've got enough boats for... we've just got enough boats for all of that, which is pretty incredible. Right, go get on these boats. Let's head off. It's been some time since our settlers, so there we go. We've got Herstang as well there. That's pretty good. I'm glad we actually did that in advance. I kind of originally said, you know, 1 province at a time. Oh, for fuck's sake. Where did they come from? I didn't even see that this time. Are they just maybe just putting their troops back down and raising them up again whenever we get close to sieging it? Oh! Okay. The pitiful Prince Rkungtunch as the after Alftand. Is it time? Valgard Conquest of Alftand. There we go. This is exactly why I wanted to get out of Skyrim. Because even though we've kept the High King of Skyrim relatively friendly the past couple of characters, High King Botar hates us, and this dude actually has claims on Alftand. In fact, anybody could have conquested us, right? Because it's a conquest war. Yeah, Valkar Conquest, so any Nord character would have been able to just snatch that whenever. So it was just waiting for us to lose some troops. Shit, that's a real shame that we're going to lose Alftand, because we just don't have the numbers to defend this. 900 men, what's he got going for him? 4,000. Yeah, even with summoning Dremora, should we just let it go and just stay on Solstein from now on? Ah, man, this is a real shame. I'm not going to fight it. Let's just let it go. Honestly, fine. Take it. As great as Alftand was, as good as a stepping stone as it was, I think we need to move on to greater things. I like the island play. I really do, because it's a nice defensive strategy for when there's very few Dwemer left. I mean, if we hadn't moved to Solstein, it would be game over right now, you know? So, and there was no real way to expand into other parts of Skyrim. We could have stayed as their vassal, but again, that restricts Eternal Architects, the looting, all that types of stuff. I'm glad that we've done what we have, but it's a shame to have lost Alftand that early. I was hoping we'd hold on to it for a little bit longer before, you know, Skyrim went for us again. My wife, Klazthzgarlthuzn, is pregnant. Interesting. Our first legitimate heir. Obviously, we got ourselves an orphan last time. Now, I have tweaked the immortality just for the own playthrough, just so that we could see some of the features. I've tweaked the immortality down to its fertility minus 50% rather than 1,000%, so that there was still a chance of us having an heir. It's a very, very low chance, because don't forget, Dwemer already have a very, very low chance of having children anyway. Fertility minus 10%, she will also have that same thing, so that plus another 50% on top, it's like almost a 0% chance off the bat, right? So, I would lose straight paranoid. So I thought that was fair. I won't include this in the actual main mod when I release it, but I would like to see some of the Holy Fury-based children events, because I feel like I haven't really seen enough of them yet. Go off my court position at once. I'm sure she'll be fine. And we had a son. Oh my god, holy shit. Genius and Perceptive already. Ankard. He looks a little bit like a high elf there, but don't worry about that too much. Anchard, Dark, Kavazar. What have we got? We need like a proper Dwemer-sounding name. That's pretty good. Nukamord. Thunj Malark. There we are. That's a Dwemer name right there. Oh, we got like Tanistry. What was our inheritance? Absolute Cognatic Gavelkind, where we can elect. Oh, it's elective Gavelkind. Right, got it. Or at least you'd assume so, right? Seeing as we can apparently just designate him our heir. Well, that was easy. So it's still okay. No, that's fine. That's nothing to worry about then. So she'll still gain some of the titles, but obviously the main are going to our son. I think, what's confirmation? The current ruler, their spouse, and all consorts and close relatives, plus council members and most powerful vassals in the ruler's realm, coordinate together to select an acceptable heir from among the close relatives. I see. Legitimate children are heavily favored. In the absence of a proper direct heir, the spouse of the current ruler may be selected instead. The ruler's vote counts as 5. I think we'll go back to confirmation, because I think that's a very, very fun play style that obviously we won't have seen much before. Fuck it, let's do it, team. Right, okay, so obviously we're going to nominate our son. And I believe that just essentially makes this like a more overpowered version of Tanistry, because apparently it favors, you know, your close heirs, whereas Tanistry is just about everybody that's even slightly related to you. Because we've got 5 votes and there are no vassals, does that not just guarantee that whoever we choose is going to get elected? Why has she got a title? Oh, she's my wife. Wait, why has she got a title? Thara Blunkanch of Black Heights. She's been... Where did you get that from? Inherited, and now she's just randomly got a title in the middle of elsewhere. Sure, why not? That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about. Honestly, let's get rid of her. Let's get rid of her in favor of someone better. Goodbye. So, we do have Divine Blood enabled, because, as I've said before, Dwemer are apparently, according to the wiki, just going by what they're saying, very close-knit, very unified, almost kind of a hive mind. Plus, there's not many of them left, so I thought Divine Blood actually made a lot of sense in this playthrough. Let's just marry our daughter. Sod it. And she's not actually our daughter, you know, she's adopted. Necromancer? Is that not like a fertility minus 1,000% or something? Oh, it's minus 10% again. Why not? Okay, she seems like a fairly good wife to get. Our adopted daughter? That seems a bit weird. And we're basically becoming Diviath Fear, aren't we? Arranged marriage, perfect. Oh, we can actually get her to join the Eternal Architects. Oh, because she is that... Yeah, no, she's very, very good at learning. Obviously, Necromancer, Mage as well. Sure, fine, you're ready. And then also, while we're at it, by the way, join my society, but also, we're getting married now. Thanks. Oh, interesting. So we've got adventurers in Herstang as well. So I believe these boys we can deploy to any issues. So say we get like a giant uprising or something, we can send the adventurers after them. How are we doing? So we've got major repopulation there. This one's already finished in Herstang, so we're just waiting on Felsard now, and we are good. So that's actually now our capital. Do we want that to be our capital? Maybe the one with the trade post would be a much better idea. And honestly, there's really no difference. Same amount of holding slots. This one's on a trade route, which is obviously a lot better. I mean, we're basically starting from scratch anyway. Let's go for Herstang. My liege, my work in Ikaron seems to have come to fruition. Nice. We obviously want to become the King of Solstheim. That's also our sort of next immediate goal. This is 1, 2, 3. We've got those ones. We just need Dargan and then Cronan. And in fact, we might even have enough titles right now. So, King of Solstheim, let's take a look here, is, so 3 out of 9. So we need 7 titles. We've got 3 there. 4, 5, 6. Okay, we need 1 more. So we can just grab Dargan. Then, if we go to war for these, we can actually become, like I said, the King of Solstheim. Kick out all the natives again. Dwemer Isle up here, Dwemer Isle here. That's going to ensure the survival of, you know, the Dwemer people, I think. Having quite a nicely defended island, middle of the ocean where no one's ever going to mess with them. Hey, there we go. Felsard is now no longer depopulated. Sweet. So, what has the trade post got for a slavers camp? Due to slavery being legal within this province, a small encampment of slavers have been set within the trade post's walls, buying and selling a small number of captives. Okay, so that's good trade value. Skooman Den, Smuggler's Den, Merchant Port, Drinking Shack. Was it not this mod where there was a very, very OP trade post building? They used to reduce your build cost and build time by like 25%. It was absurd. It might have been behind this now, but I'm almost certain it's this one. We might as well invest into something here, so anything that gives tax income I'm massively up for. I think the Smugglers... Oh man, the Skooman Den though. 12 days to build, 28 gold, and it gives 1.5 tax income. That's very, very impressive. Right, so next level of Walled Tribal Stronghold. What do we get after that? It's a Great Tribal Stronghold level 4. So actually, we're almost ready to turn into Feudal. Oh man, that took no time at all, huh? So we'll need for this last one. Castle Infrastructure level 2. We can probably get that right now. How much more do we need? Oh, shit. Oh, it's not much. Okay, it's fine. It's not much. And we'll centralize as well, giving us a slightly higher domain limit. Definitely no reason not to do that, seeing as, you know, we don't want vassals for as long as... Okay, sure. For as long as we can not have vassals, that would be fantastic. It's time, once again, my friends, to debase the mints. Thank God. I think we've only had it twice this episode, so it's been a disappointing one for mint debasing. So, tiny little bit more research. We can actually flip this over to Feudal. Now, we obviously want to do it with the other 2 as well, so there's no reason not to build these up. Castle Infrastructure level 1, and that's a shame. It's actually tech spread rate, which is going to be the issue now, isn't it? Alright, we've got a Spy Master studying technology in the Imperial Isle. 12.7% chance yearly of getting tech. We could go, like, research cultural tech. So that's cultural tech spread rate, 130%. We need economy spread rate, really, don't we? So let's go research economy tech in Herstang. And then let's go... I mean, we don't need to proselytize anymore because it's already ours. Hunt Apostate seems a bit pointless because there's no, obviously, Satanist society or equivalent for our religion. Research cultural tech. 2.5% chance of finding a great philosopher, or we can go for perform charity. Vassals impressed, pointless. Piety gain 14% chance yearly. I'm going to go with cultural tech just on the very, very, very low chance of getting a great philosopher. We might as well develop the ruins, seeing as that's got a very measurable, tangible benefit. This one is 28 gold, so it's not like we're not going to be able to afford that when it's ready. So we might as well go for develop ruins. That's giving us moderate excavations. They go tax modifier, garrison size, all that great stuff. Plus the tech points as well is going to help out a fair amount. I think we need to rename this place, because now there are no more Skull people. I think calling it, you know, Herstang doesn't make any sense. So why don't we Dwemerify the names that we've got here? So their names are all like K's, L's, you know, weird stuff. Lots of hard glossal sounds. So let's convert Herstang and Mosring and Felsard into more, like I said, Dwemer sounding names. I think that's going to be a pretty cool plan. Much better. I think that looks much, much more appropriate for the new people that live here now. That's a pretty good way to show dominion, huh? Nice. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to pronounce these words, so I'm probably going to avoid it. This Ring of Happiness, honestly, you know what? I take back what I said last episode. I think it's actually helped out a massive amount. Nice. We've got a shit ton of prestige and actually not very much gold right now, so why not start building some of these? As long as it says they upgrade into X when converted to a castle, we are definitely going to go for that. So like these ones here are obviously the ones we actually want to aim for. Battle Mage Tower, Mage Grounds, 400 prestige, 137 days. What else we got? Like Tiny Market Town, that doesn't affect it. Shipwright, when upgraded to a castle. Why not? Why not spend some prestige at this stage? Because prestige isn't really doing anything for us besides, you know, making people like us. So, might as well focus on upgrades that will have a tangible benefit in the future. Man, how close are we to getting these cultural advances? Oh man, we can get it. Oh shit, we've done it with feudal. Oh, thank God. So we want to get ourselves the Great Tribal Stronghold level 4, and that should be everything at that point. Let's actually also move over you to, man, research and economy tech is good, though, because it will let the other ones. But let's go for, let's build this into an absolute powerhouse now. One of these must be true. Oh, no, it is. Oh, we just don't have the 500 gold. Right, there we go. Okay. I see the issue now. That's going to take a while to save up for, but I'm going to get it done this episode, because I think, you know, actually flipping over to feudal, which is essentially what we're doing here, that's a pretty good place to leave things on. Oh, debase the mints. Can you imagine if I'd have, like, paused the recording there and said, oh, we got to debase the mints? Very convenient. Alright, let's try this again. Dramora, welcome aboard. Right, let's also raise what little troops we've got left as well. Pack them on the boats, and we'll head up to that other dwarf island. Dwemer. Nope. Try again. Nord Island. The Atmoran Island. In the north that we've been trying to fabricate claims on for the past 500 years. We'll head up there and raid those guys instead, because we know that they're not going to be sons of Dragonborn and apparently have, you know, 50,000 gold to throw away. Right, we need some new commanders as well, apparently, but holy shit, luckily we've got some really, really good guys here. Leads from the rear, directly to level 1, leads from the 4, Holy Warrior. Where have you boys all been hiding, huh? Well, we should definitely auto-assign commanders in the future. Right, let's move up. This should be fairly safe, I think. Oh god, who are they being? Is it just, like, some sort of civil war there? Fine. We're looking for anywhere with a temple to burn down. In fact, there are a good couple of places with temples on these islands. Right, so head south. We're going to head to Pat the Kitty. Allowed to follow us home, get Pet Cat. Pet Cat, I believe, increases intrigue, doesn't it? Don't get me wrong, I was very, very tempted to kick the cat then. Diplomacy +2, general opinion +3. You know what? Honestly, seeing how crappy our diplomacy was getting, that's probably for the best. Right, okay. We're here to burn your stuff down. Unfortunately, they apparently already have troops raised. Let's let them get out. Oh, they're all having a big civil war. Perfect for us to move in. So anywhere with the temple is going to give us a decent amount of gold. Okay, I've got a good feeling about this one. We actually might be able to take it out. Oh my god. Write to Grandmaster Sen. Who is this? How's Dress? Are we not already in a non-aggression pact with one of the great houses? Oh, not anymore. One of the great houses sent us a non-aggression pact. I think it was Indoril, wasn't it? Oh, they're actually going to try and attack this with our incredible commanders. This is obviously a horrible idea for them, but sure, let's let them try. Boom. They are dead. Any prisoners? Nothing at all, unfortunately, but we are 5.7 gold. There we go. Enslave them. Take them away in chains. This is what we were really after. Innisfall tribe has fallen. The garrison defeated and the populace surrendered. Atmoran slaves, 2.5% extra revolt risk. Who really cares? Build time modifier, -15%. Tax income and local tax modifier +15%. That's huge. Well, that's absolutely insane. Enslave them, and then of course we can sell them off if we've actually got not enough room for them. 50 gold. This is lucrative. This is what we were really after this entire time. Let's take the temple out too. Ooh, this one could be a bit of a threat, huh? Assault it down. Right, there we go. Run. Nice, okay. Oh, they're actually going to war trying to unify this island. What is it called? Roskrea. We could always head over to this one, though. They haven't got much of a garrison or a levy, so might as well take these ones out as well, see if we can't grab ourselves a few more slaves. Cronan tribe has fallen, the garrison defeated, that was fairly easy, and what do we get there? So, Fluzbra gains Atmoran slaves as well. Ideally, we want to get 3 different lots of slaves, right? So all of our provinces have that sort of equal buff. And we'll take this one out as well, just for the little bit of gold. How much are we actually making from this? Not an insignificant amount. Obviously, if we can get, you know, another 70 gold or so, that would be enough to convert to feudal. So that's going to be pretty ideal. What about Merrick? I think Merrick is the only other place that we haven't, you know, technically raided yet. This dude, this is all one big, I was saying that. Garrison is low. Levy is low. We could just assault that one down, I think. Let's see what we've got. 200 men. Yeah, I think this is assaultable, but unless we see some troops heading towards us, I was going to say let's not bother, but obviously they sort of forced my hand there. Boom. All of our provinces now on Solstheim have slaves. We might as well try and take out this temple as well. What have we got? 904 men. Why don't we wait for them to attack into us first and lose? Because obviously our incredible commanders, and they attacked what? Over hills? That was dumb. Oh, it gives us battle mage bonus as well, which is obviously great because we've got mostly battle mages. Or, well, we did until we lost Alftand. Your wife has received an education in theology like ourselves. I mean, we educated her. That's a weird thing to say. Brilliant idea, Blumthanch. Have you any other suggestions? Tech points. That's really what we're after here. And then assault that one down as well. Nice. Okay, so how much gold did we get out of that? 62 gold. That's enough. Not only can we flip to feudal, but we've got all the slaves in the... Well, obviously not all the slaves in the world, but all the slaves for our provinces there as well. Man, that was good. Now that we've actually found a legitimate target to do this against safely, this is going to be pretty OP for us, I think. Atmoran slaves, build cost -15%. 1 day modifier on everything again, which is pretty impressive again because we are tribal. Close the spellbook and let's Convert tribal to temple. No. If you don't mind. Upgrade to castle. There we are. Restore the levy. 500 gold. There it is. The Dwemer Castle is built, my friends. We've still got the new local administration on it, which is going to take a while before that. Okay, so we've got 3 more years on that one. Then we can really start blowing things up here. But look at this. 14 gold, 1 day. Like, the actual modifiers on everything is so low now. We just keep raiding, keep building this up. We're going to leave this one here for today because I have overrun massively. This could take quite a while to edit. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've liked this episode. I feel like this is really where we're going to start ramping things up here. We've got ourselves our own little private island. We've got ourselves plenty of slaves. We've extinct a whole culture, or brought extinction to a culture. You know, what's not to love? This is, like I said, this is where things are really, really going to kick off, I think. And next episode, start building up very, very quickly with all this slave labor, with all of these bonuses. Turn it into an absolute powerhouse. So I've tried reading this 3 times now. I fucked up twice, and then OBS stopped recording my audio the time I actually got it right. So, let's take it slow, carefully. A big shout out to the following patrons for making today's episode possible, and many, many others, including Lucas Holting, Sean Thornton, Heydog, Sidini, Tim Bragg, Lolrus, Crosis, Vacuous Backers. Sorry, let me just make sure it's still recording. Okay, we're good. Let me continue. Josh Lindeen Tesla, Michael Mullen, Mora, Jacob Alexander Fenton, Palvis Presley, Asuna Kirito, Conspired C, Jimbo, Orcswolf, Facundo Vasquez, Tom Terry 18, Average Gamer 419, Escape, and Zazzy 7011. Thank you all for your support. The insane tier levels on Patreon. It is much appreciated. Hopefully you guys are liking this series. According to YouTube analytics, a lot of people like this series, and that is most good. Speaking of most good, we also have Nathaniel Lindbergh, Euphrates, Icy the Great, Jack Allen, Wolfie, James Barnes, Betimus Max, Panther Pearl, Gabriel Van Ders. I've taken so long, my video is looped. Llewellyn Thomas, that was not a patron, I was just pointing out that, you know, this is ridiculous. Nathan Flores, The Sage, You're Under Freeze, Haji Dumar, Alpha Scuff, Dunk217, Zach McDougall, Joseph Beer, Jordan Campbell, Harry McGowan, Chris, Sir Thor the Swede, Sir Death, Acero, Nick, Will Wade, Hancock, Noah Gallimore, Fraser Brennan, The Insane Pickle, and in person. Are we still recording? We're good. Thank God. I can't believe I've wasted about 10 minutes trying to read these names. Unbelievable.